I finally left my abusive girlfriend, but she won't leave me alone. I don't really know how to start this because it's all been so hectic and I'm so confused, scared, and angry. I will also point out, I made a post a while back about her in a different sub asking for advice, and she has since declared she is no longer non-binary, just in case there's any confusion there. This is a long one, but I just don't have anyone to talk to about this. She, 31F, and I, 25F, were together for about a year and a half, and things were just so awful. I still feel like I'm crazy, or like I'm making it all up in my head. Things started small. She would just talk down to me about my work even though we work in very different fields. Then she started talking down to me about everything. She made a nasty anonymous post about me in a group we were in together. It was very easily identifiable, and not only that, but my friends were on the moderator team, so they would have seen who it was and known it was about me. When I showed the post to her and asked if it was her, she lashed out and called me a selfish BDCH, told me that I was villainizing her and that she was just venting how she felt. She told me she was furious because she had wanted me to see it so that I would comfort her rather than being upset. I ended up apologizing to her and deactivating my accounts. It felt so juvenile but so calculated at the same time. From there, things kept escalating. She would go through periods of being the most kind and loving person. She would make me feel so happy, and I loved being around her when she was like this. Then she'd start getting weird. I'd start to overcompensate by trying to be perfect and do nothing to upset her, but she always found something. She once screamed at me for saying I was going to the library to study without distractions. After the explosion, she'd have a bit of a cool-off period where she didn't talk to me and then would start the apologies. She'd start saying she felt so shitty for doing that to me that I just pushed her to that point and she was frustrated. Then she'd start being loving again. She would buy me flowers and send huge walls of text telling me how much she loves me while I was at work or in class. She'd tell me that I'm the best thing that's ever happened to her. She started talking to all of our mutual friends about me and making sure I knew she was talking to them by leaving her phone open on the messages or by just telling me that she was. She told me that she didn't like when I talked to my friends, that she didn't like it when I talked to my family privately, that she didn't like when I caught up with my coworkers. I stopped talking to people and was almost completely isolated. Then things took the worst turn, and I woke up one morning to her strangling me from behind over a concerned phone call she received from my mom because she hadn't heard from me in a while. She eventually stopped, then stormed out. When she came back, she had flowers and said the blankets had choked me while I was sleeping to explain the marks, and that I must have had a nightmare or sleep paralysis to believe that she had done it. I work in healthcare, and obviously, they knew what it was straight away, so I told them I started a self-defense class and I bruise really easily. I told her that I was leaving her, and she told me that she would KLL herself if I ever left her. So I stayed. She would especially spike in her behavior around my assessments and work placement dates, because while I work there at the moment, I'm assessed on placement dates in other hospitals, and if I fail, I lose my job and place in this highly competitive course. She would wait until the day of an assessment to blow up. She would blow up when I came back from placement. When we finally broke up, I moved out and now live alone, but things didn't stop there even though I have blocked her everywhere. She keeps sending me letters and gifts. She called my boss to ask for my roster and attempted to contact my lecturers to get my timetable. She sent me a huge journal of her own poetry, screenshots of things I've said online. Thankfully, she doesn't know what my Reddit username is. Pictures of me and endless pages of apologies and "I love you." She reached out to my family and friends. She waits on campus or at work. I'm terrified of leaving my house and of being at home alone. The worst part is that I miss her. I really do. I miss when she was nice to me. I miss watching movies with her and talking about her day. I miss her so much. I think I still love her. I don't know. But I'm also so afraid of her. I can't tell anyone that I miss her, that I love her, because they just say that I shouldn't, like I don't already know that.